All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Ready to dive deep. Today's all about thinking small.
Hmm.
Kind of funny, right? But in a world where everyone's shouting about everything, it's actually a pretty powerful idea.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're diving into this piece by Jared Henderson.
Okay,
It's called, you guessed it, Think Small.
I like it.
He's got this Substack, super insightful stuff.
Mm.
And the basic idea is this, and I think we can all relate to this.
Mm.
We feel this pressure to have an opinion on, like, everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even if, honestly, we don't really know what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Like, have you ever felt that? Yeah, just me.
Oh, all the time. I mean, think about it. We have access to so much information these days.
Right. It's insane.
It's a blessing and a curse.
No,
Right.
yeah.
Because Henderson, he makes this point right at the beginning. He says it's like we're at this massive buffet
Oh, I love a good buffet analogy.
with every kind of food you can imagine, but you only have one stomach.
You can't try everything.
Exactly. You want to taste it all, but you end up feeling like sick and overstuffed. I think that happens intellectually too, you know?
Yeah, that's so true. And this is where he brings up bullshit.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't hold back.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's not just about lying, it's deeper than that.
Right. It's about not even caring about the truth.
Yes, it's this need to always be saying something, even if it's, like, completely uninformed.
It's like vibes over facts, you know?
Ugh, yes. And it's everywhere online.
It's so frustrating. Have you ever read a comment online and you're like, that is so confidently wrong?
All the time. And it's like, where do they even get this information?
Exactly. And it makes you question, like, what even is true anymore?
Right. You start doubting everything.
It's this constant exposure to, like you said, bullshit. It makes it hard to even recognize what's real anymore.
Totally. It's like, if everything smells fishy, maybe it's your own nose, right?
Right. But the problem is, it makes those of us who actually try to research, who value truth, we look like the weird ones.
Totally. We're the outliers.
Yeah, and that's where I think Henderson's idea of thinking small is so powerful.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Because he's basically saying it's okay to not have an opinion on everything.
It's okay to say, I don't know.
Exactly. Instead of trying to, like, skim the surface of 100 different topics.
Right. Be a jack of all trades, master of none.
He says, pick one or two things that really matter to you and go deep.
Become the expert.
Yes. Imagine how satisfying it would be to actually contribute something meaningful to a conversation.
Because you actually know what you're talking about.
Exactly. And in a world where everyone's trying to be an influencer or whatever.
Yeah. Everyone's got to have a take on everything.
This idea of specializing, of thinking small, it's almost radical.
It is. But doesn't that mean we'll miss out on other interesting stuff?
Not really, no. It's not about ignoring everything else.
Okay.
It's about being mindful, right? Like, you can still explore different things.
Be curious.
Exactly. But when it comes to, like, forming your opinions, the things you put out into the world, choose depth over breadth.
I like that, depth over breadth. So it's not about knowing a little about everything. It's about knowing a lot about something.
And even just one area of deep knowledge that's valuable.
That sets you apart.
Especially in the sea of, like, superficiality we were talking about.
It does. And I think Henderson's really onto something when he says it's not just about being right.
It's about the process.
Yes. It's about, like, that personal satisfaction of truly understanding something.
And respecting your audience enough to share something, you know, valuable.
Thoughtful. Something you've actually put work into.
Exactly. So I want to ask you, listening right now, what's that one area for you?
Ooh, good question.
Where could thinking small actually lead to, like, a deeper understanding?
Yeah, where could you make a real contribution?
Maybe it's your job, a hobby you're passionate about.
A random Wikipedia rabbit hole you went down.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Just something that truly matters to you.
Something you want to explore deeply.
I love that. It's a really great question to think about. So, thinking small doesn't mean thinking less. It just means making our thoughts count.
That's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. We'll see you next time.